What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and I want to talk a little bit of NBA Finals and D Wade's reaction. I got a few more reactions to the Tyrese Haliburton game winner from prominent voices in the NBA sports media space. But it's been this argument if he's a superstar or not, spearheaded by Stephen A. Smith, and D Wade is here today to shut down that debate right now. D Wade is saying it's no longer a question in his opinion, and he feels like Tyrese Haliburton, this historic run he's been on with these last second shots, these epic comebacks, that he's firmly planted his flag in the sand and showing he's arrived as a superstar. Let's check out these reactions around the league and let's get into what D Wade had to say.
They said his daddy come back to the games. They said his daddy can come back to the games.
No, that's not going to happen. He's not going to make the, no.
We grind it out. We grind. This is what we do.
Get up. What up, John? Shout out, John.
This is what we do. What is y'all talking about?
Okay. Oh. Come on. Come on. Oh! Yo! Oh my God! Superstar. Superstar. Superstar.
Now, Wade will go on to elaborate on why he said that. For those that's not familiar, this is what Stephen A. Smith has been saying about Tyrese Haliburton.
You know what he's doing in clutch moments. I'm saying to y'all, I watched the entire 48 minutes. I'm certainly not implying that y'all don't. But I'm just saying that when I judge and I think about a superstar, I'm thinking about the number one option on a night in, night out basis that's having to carry a certain load that others are not don't normally carry.
Haliburton is a fucking superstar. I just witnessed one of the greatest games of my. First of all, it's one of the greatest games that I've watched as a fan tonight in the NBA Finals. OKC Pacers. Yeah. Haliburton is a fucking superstar. Like it ain't no question no more. I don't think you understand when you're out of rhythm and you're struggling. Yeah. You ain't having the game. You ain't getting that rhythm. You ain't getting your bunnies. You ain't getting your free throws. You ain't got no rhythm. To take that shot. And to make that shot, he's a cold motherfucker. Allen Iverson will call him,
Yeah.
and probably say, "You a cold motherfucker."
In the finals.
In the fight, everybody who's played basketball, if you ever picked up a basketball, you've always dreamed of hitting a game winner in the biggest game of your life. He just hit a game winner in the finals.
Yeah. Of game one on the road. What the hell?
What the? Y'all better stop playing with Haliburton. I'm going to get a jersey. I need a sign. I ain't even. This guy has something, bro. His clutch gene is what we all want in life.
Young players, y'all got some hoopers to look up to.
So Wade is saying the debate is over. Tyrese Haliburton is a superstar. And when I look at last night's game, when I really break it down, it was all the parts of the team contributing, right? Obi Toppin knocking down three after three after three. Mark Daigneault inexplicably puts Casey Wallace in the starting lineup, making the team smaller, taking Hartenstein out. And now, they were able to get second, third chance opportunities. If you look in the box score, I believe the rebounding edge to Indiana was 56-39. So how do you win with 25 turnovers that the Pacers had? You dominate the glass. And that's exactly what happened. So that was a coaching error. I seen Mark Daigneault. He's made a few errors in this playoffs. I remember game one versus Denver. He was fouling up 3 with 15 seconds left, extended that game until Aaron Gordon eventually came down, hit the 3 to take the lead, and they lost that game. So Mark Daigneault, there's 2 games I can point to so far that they lost because of him in this postseason. So now Indiana, they go in, they get that game that they needed for home court. So, Tyrese Haliburton there's no arguing in these moments that he has a coolness, a calmness about him where he's able to come down, raise up, and knock shots down. And, he did it in every series en route. He hasn't missed any of these shots in the postseason. And so, is he a superstar? I even think that conversation is lending to him becoming a bigger superstar. And also, um, one thing about Halliburton that I think people have underrated because we've gone to scoring point guard so much is the fact that Obi Toppin know he's gonna get the ball. Benedict Mathurin, uh, Ben Shepherd, Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner. When every player on your team know that they gonna get the rock, then everybody is engaged on both ends for 48 minutes. So if you ever go through a spell where you're holding the ball, the opposite team, you're relying on one guy, coach ain't making the right substitutions moves because Rick Carlisle did all night. But if you go through one of those spells where now you got guys in different roles, now Casey Wallace in a starting role where he should have been in a backup role, you still messing with that in the finals, you start to have issues. And I think Tyrese Haliburton knows the value of every player, Neesmith, knowing he's gonna get shots. He moves the ball around, and that's a quality that. And not only that, Tyrese don't really turn the ball over. He turned it over more than he normally does, and he had 3 in the first half, I believe, last night. He didn't turn it over at all in the second half. He protects the ball with those high volume assists, and it's not like ball dominant Luca assists. It's not the same as like Luca or somebody. He'll hit you ahead on the break. He don't mind getting a hockey assist as well. And so I think moving the basketball, it's almost like the ball has electricity, and guys are able to feed off of that on both ends. That's why they're able to walk you down because the team is engaged. You don't know where the run's going to come from. New York didn't know Neesmith was going to turn into prime Dale Curry and hit all those threes at the end of the game. And then, because in game 2 in the New York series, they beat them with Pascal Siakam. So you never know how this team is going to punch you in the mouth, but they do it in so many different ways. Definitely a game OKC should have won. That was on Mark Daynault because what happened at the end of the game, those 3 straight offensive rebounds, not ending possessions. And when you're playing at a high level like this, you have to end possessions with rebounds. And so that falls firmly on the coach. Isaiah Hartenstein in 17 minutes, 9 points, 9 rebounds, and taking out the starting lineup. He had a off the rim dunk where he caught it off the rim, put it back. He was driving from the perimeter, finishing. And so Isaiah Hartenstein did some great things, but just didn't get the opportunity to play. Was dang on near perfect in the game. He missed that little floater from the baseline, but other than that, he played a flawless game. But we didn't even really see him too much in the second half. And so Mark Daynault has lost them a game, and now you, instead of winning game 1, the opportunity to win game 2 and having a chance to steal one on the road, now you have to win game 2 at your house. And Indiana, if history has shown anything, Indiana is one of those teams that gets greedy. They want to put you down 2-0. Do I think that'll happen? I think he needs to go back to Isaiah Hartenstein. But again, they could play a even better game now, and that could be the game that they were supposed to steal, and then they end up stealing it. If they come out hitting on all cylinders and have a perfect game, you come out with a lackluster effort, now you've put your team at a severe disadvantage. And so I point straight to Mark Daynault, nobody else, for game 1. That loss to the Indiana Pacers because you went with a midget small lineup, which played into the Pacers' hands. Um, Pascal's not a great rebounder. Neesmith rebounds pretty good, for a wing, and Miles Turner was getting his boards, but I think Obi Toppin might have even had 8 or 10 boards. So, and we know a lot of nights Obi will grab 1 rebound. He's not really a good rebounder like that. So that just show you that you made some terrible coaching decisions in game 1, but we'll see, man. Tyrese Haliburton, superstar. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about, has he reached superstardom, or is he still on the up and up? He's still coming up, and he hasn't quite reached there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.